Hi everyone, this is Jay, your instructor for microprocessor and interfacing. Today we are going to continue our discussion on the topic of memory interfacing. In the previous session, we have seen what is memory interfacing in the context of microprocessor. We have discussed different type of memories and how to interface a particular memory. In this session, we are going to see some examples based on memory interfacing. So, in this session, we will consider these two cases, the case 1 and case 2. In the case 1, we are going to interface only one memory with the microprocessor. So, in the case 1, we will interface 8 cross 4 bit memory with the microprocessor, and in the second case, we will interface two memories, A and B. These two memories may seem same, but they are different units. So specifications are same, both memories are 4 cross 4 bit, but there are two units. So in the second case, we will interface two 4 cross 4 bit memories with the microprocessor, and we will understand that what are the things that you need to do when you are interfacing multiple memories with the microprocessor. So let's see the first case. We are going to interface the memory which is 8 cross 4 bit. You guys know very well the meaning of 8 cross 4 bit memory. 8 cross 4 bit memory means that the memory is having 8 locations, and each location can store 4 bit of data, right? So let's draw the memory. Our memory is having 8 locations. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So from 0 to 7 total 8 locations are there, and 4 bit means each location can store 4 bit of data. Now to interact with the memory, each location in the memory is having unique address. So how to find the length of the address? So in this memory, 8 cross 4 bit means that there are total 8 locations. So to represent 8 locations, how many bits are required? So 2 raised to 3 equal to 8. It means 3 bits are required to represent the memory which is having 8 locations. So the first one is having 0, 0, 0, then 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, 1. Okay. So we have drawn the memory and we have provided the locations. Now what is the meaning of the memory interfacing? Students, memory interfacing means that we will connect the memory with the microprocessor in such a way that processor can access each and every location of the memory, as well as processor should be able to read and write each and every location. So to access each location in the memory, to select each location in the memory, we have to provide address bus from the microprocessor to the memory. So the address bus which is coming out of the microprocessor will be connected here to the memory. So we have connected address bus to access each and every location. Now after accessing, suppose we have accessed the first location, so after accessing the location, processor can either read and write those locations, right? So to read and write, the control signals which are coming out of the microprocessor will be connected here to the memory. So memory is having different control signals such as read bar and write bar. So processor is having two control signals, which is read bar and write bar. So microprocessor will send different control signals, suppose read or write, and when suppose processor is sending read signal, so data from the selected location will be released to the data bus, and data bus which is connected to the microprocessor. So data which is released from the memory to the data bus will be flow from the memory to microprocessor. So to interface one memory, we need three connections. We need address bus to select a particular location. We need control signals to decide whether processor wants to read or write that control signal, and we have to provide the data bus to transfer the data, to either send data from the microprocessor to memory or either read data from memory to microprocessor. Okay, so this is the things that is needed for the memory interfacing. Now can you tell me what will be the length of the address bus? Right now, length of one address in the memory, one memory location address is 3-bit, so we have to interface only 3 address bus to the memory. So we will interface only A0, A1 and A2. What will be the size of the data bus? The size of the data bus is dependent on what is the capacity, what is the storing capacity of one location. What is the storing capacity of one location? The storing capacity of the one location is 4-bit. So the size of the data bus will be D0, D1, D2 and D3, which is 4 bits. Okay, so we have done the memory interfacing. Students, it seems very easy because right now we have interfaced only one memory, but things gets complicated when we interface more than one memory to the microprocessor, and that is the thing that you have to understand. Okay students, so now we are going to see the second case. In the second case, which is the case 2, we are going to interface these two memories, 4x4 bit and 4x4 bit. So we are having two identical memories, but they are different units, and we are going to interface this memory A and B with the microprocessor. Now you know the meaning of the memory interfacing. Memory interfacing means that we will connect the memory with the microprocessor in such a way that microprocessor can access each and every location of the memory, and processor can be able to read and write data from each and every memory location. That is the meaning of memory interfacing, right? So we have two memories, which is 4x4 and 4x4. Now we know that 4x4 means this memory is having how many locations? It is having 4 locations. So this two memory, both memory is having 4 locations. 4 location, and each location can store 4 bit of data. Okay, no doubt still now. Now we also know that if one memory is having 4 location, it means length of one location will be 2^2 equals to 4. So if any memory is having 4 location, means that length of one memory location will be 2 bits. So it will be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Okay, so we have drawn all the locations, we have provided all the locations, and we have provided the address. Now we have to connect microprocessor with the memory. We have to interface microprocessor with the memory. The first thing we will provide is we will provide the address bus. So my address bus which is coming out of the microprocessor will be connected to the memory. Why we use the address bus? So using the address bus, processor can access locations in the memory. So first thing we need to provide is address bus. Now using the address bus, processor would be able to select one location in the memory. After selecting one location, processor can either read or write data from that memory. It means that processor has to send some control signal. So In memory, there should be some control signals. So memory is having two control signals, read bar, write bar and read bar, to read and write data. And after providing read or write control signal, the data from the memory can either flow from memory to microprocessor, or it can flow from microprocessor to memory. So to flow data between the processor and the memory, we have to provide data bus. Okay, we have to provide the data bus. Now, can you tell me what will be the length of the address bus? Right now, the length of one location is 2 bits, so the length of the address bus is A0 and A1, only 2 bits. What will be the length of the data bus? One location can store 4 bits of data, so the length of the data bus is D0, D1, D2 and D3. That is total 4 bits. Now these two memories are identical, so the same number of address bus, data bus and control signals that is needed for this memory, for memory A, will be same for the memory B. So let's provide the same thing. There is a data bus, there is address bus, and there is control signals, which is write bar and read bar. The length of the data bus is D0, D1, D2 and D3. The length of the address bus is A0 and A1. Okay students, so we have provided all the connections and we have provided the address bus, data bus and the control signals with the memory. But this method is not perfect. Why? Suppose we are sending 00 in the A0 and A1. As A0 and A1 is connected to both memory, when the microprocessor will send 00, the location in the both memory, the 00 location in the both memory will be selected. And at that time processor will get confused, because there is a limitation of the microprocessor, that is processor can read and write only one location at a time. It cannot process multiple location at the same time. Are you getting it? So we have to provide some extra mechanism, we have to provide something so that only one location at a time is selected. So right now in the memory we can see that there are some connections, which is address bus, data bus and the control signal. But apart from address bus, data bus and the control signal, there is one more connection is also present in the memory, which is known as chip select. And just wait and watch students how I am connecting this chip select with the microprocessor. So A0 and A1 is connected to the address bus of the memory and we will use one more address bus, which is A2, and we will connect that A2 bus with the chip select. And as well as I will connect A2 with second chip. So A2 is connected to chip A directly, but it is connected to chip B via NOT gate. Okay. Now I will use one more bus, which is A2. Now let's write down the range of addresses for the chip A and chip B. So we know that the range of addresses are same. For example, for chip A it is 00 to 11 and chip B it is also same. So address bus A0, A1 and A2, 00, 01, 10 and 11. Again 00, 01, 10 and 11. Okay. Now let's write the value for A2. So for one chip I am writing right now, for one chip I am writing 0, 0, 0, and for another chip I am writing 1 for all the locations. Now let's try to understand this value with respect to this figure. If you provide A0, A1 and A2 0, 0, 0, what will happen? If you provide A0, A1 and A2 0, 0, 0, so A0 and A1 will be 0, 0, as well as A2 is 0. So when you send 0 and 0 will be arrive here, so chip A will be selected. It means that the first location of the chip A will be selected. At the same time, A2 is connected here, so it will become 1. So as high voltage is arriving here, high signal is arriving here, so this chip will not be selected. Are you getting it? So if we consider only A0 and A1, so 0, 0 is arriving also here and 0, 0 is also arriving here. But because of the value of A2 is 0, so at a time only one location is selected. Are you getting it? So when the value of A2 is 0, it means that the memory A will be selected. What will happen if we send A0, A1 and A2 1, 0, 1? Now tell me, when we send 1, 0, 1, what will happen? So 1, 0, 1 means that 1, 0 we are sending here and here. But the location will only be selected when that particular chip is selected. So when the value of A2 is 1, so when A2 will be 1, so high signal will arrive here. So when high signal is arriving here, this chip will not be selected. Even though it is receiving value for address, it will not select any location because this chip is not enabled. But at the same time, the 1 will become 0 and this chip will be selected, so that particular location will be selected. So when the A2 will be 1 and it will select the memory B. So you have to understand, students, for the interfacing multiple memories, what you have to what you have to consider is that after providing the necessary address bus to the memory, the remaining address bus will be provided to the chip select. In every memory interfacing questions, in the upcoming session we will solve some examples, and in that example we are going to see that when we interface multiple memories with the microprocessor, in that case the address bus that is needed will be provided to the memory, but remaining address bus will be used for the chip select for the better interfacing, and because the limitation of the microprocessor, that is it can select only one location, it can process only one location at a time. And I think you have a clear idea of today's session. Still, if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. And this is it for today's session. Thank you so much.